I'm just.
Hey, Jimmy LaCarpatron here in the back. I have a question.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Jimmy?
So, I know it's a tough loss for you guys, but as you guys played a great season. When you bring a young guy in there like Josh to play that big
He's a
role of,
15-year veteran.
no, stop, come on, he's not. It was his second year. So when you bring a guy like in that, obviously in the past, like he's been ready for those moments. When a guy messes up like that, critical mistake, which pretty much loses them the game. Not pretty much. It lost them the fucking game. What is your message to the whole team and to that guy individually? What do you have to say to
Well,
him?
we need to look at ourselves in the mirror. Because now his parents are getting probed, my parents are getting probed, Shane's parents are getting probed, and Drone's parents are getting probed. 8 people are getting probed because one man couldn't do his job. It's really sad. I love my parents, and now they're getting probed, all 24/7, just getting probed, and it sucks, man, because I hate seeing that. I've been probed before. It's not fun. You ever see that episode of South Park when Cartman opens up his cheeks and a giant fucking excavator comes out of his asshole?
Hey,
That's
KLPG, first row, I had a question.
Yes.
I mean, straying away from the blunder Josh Keenan had late in the game, I mean, it can't go under the radar, the game that Ryan Drew and Shane Riley had, and they're sticking to their assignment out there in the outdoor part of the map, holding it down out there by the box, making sure things don't get out of hand out there. You gotta give credit to those guys, right? I mean,
I
what do you
love
say to
those
those
guys.
guys?
I love those guys. They're very hard in what they do. Uh, they work so hard. They're very meticulous in their craft. They work so hard. They love everything that they do. They love the moon. We've been here so many times just watching film, going over game tape, everything. It's just so. It was supposed to be so easy. We were supposed to swap souls, blow up the earth, get out of there. Game's over. We win.
Yeah.
But
So, are you guys looking to make adjustments in the following season?
we're gonna talk about Josh Keen's future. I have Eric Lopez on speed dial.
Hey, Rick Finnegan here. Rick Finnegan here, Matt. Rick Finnegan.
I heard that up and
what's up,
coming
Rick?
pro by the name of
So,
CJG wants
I,
to
I have two questions for you. So one, obviously, your well-known GM, Mr. Waffle Waffles. He builds this elaborate game plan for you guys. You don't see GMs doing that very often. He built you this elaborate plan, and
Yeah.
so this is a two-parter, and then I have another one. So when you guys are in the film room talking with him, with this exact thing that went down, which botched the whole game, what was Mr. Waffle's words to Josh for when he had to stop this excavator?
He said it needs to dig. It needs to get in there. Like, when you're going missionary on a girl, you got to get in there. You got to dig deep. But Josh obviously did not know what that meant, and unfortunately, we are where we are. I'm very hard on Josh. Love the guy, but now we wasted so much money getting to the moon, and now we got to go back. So it's all this, man.
All right. And another question too. So, like I said, a young guy like Josh, what do you think about? I mean, it's gonna go totally forgotten. That all they're gonna think about is this big mistake he made. What are your thoughts about his gameplay up until that point? What did you think he did well? What do you think he needs to improve on? And do you think if he doesn't make this mistake that we're not sitting here talking to you right now, you guys are still doing your thing?
Well, mistakes happen, but mistakes like that cannot happen. Um, Josh needs to get in the film room, man. The second we land back on Earth, I'm grabbing him by the fucking collar and throwing him in the film room, locking him in there for I'd say about 48 to 50 hours. Cause I haven't slept in like 2.5 months, so well, 2.5 days too for him, But he needs to watch his film. That's all it really is. He needs to watch his film. We need to go back. When we get back on the moon, we got to be strong, meticulous in our craft. It's just simple guidelines that we're gonna have to follow, and we'll get it done. I've never been more confident in a group of guys in my life. We were picked for this mission for a reason. Mr. Raffle Waffles picked us from the hand of God, and we are supposed to finish this. And if we have to replace Josh for CJG or Eric Lopez, that's really bad because CJG is a known pothead and gambling addict. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to operate on the moon. And Eric Lopez, I have no idea what he's even up to. I don't
I
know
mean,
what
he's quite
doing.
familiar with the moon, though. I mean, his favorite drink
Yeah.
is a blue moon. So,
Yeah, that is true. Thank you, reporter in the back. Thank you.
yeah, I mean, you know,
Um,
can always be ready for the moment. I think we give
but
Josh
yeah,
one more go, and if he fucks up again, we'll really consider it. We're slightly considering it, but I think we'll give him another
Hey,
chance.
hey, it's Jeremy McMahon. I would like to I have a question for Ryan Drone.
all right. Thank you guys for the press. I'm getting out here. I'm going to kill myself.
Lay it on me, Keen.
My name's actually Jeremy McMahon. I don't know who this
All right,
Keen is you
Jeremy
talk of.
McMahon, lay it on me.
So, you're a very well-respected guy in your line of work. You know, you get a phone call saying you got to go to the moon. You played some. You had to shoot guns in previous years. You know, and battle royale and stuff like that. So, my first question is, how does that translate to this? And my second question is, what's next for the team? You know, do you guys clean house? You know, what kind of changes do you have to make? And let's say you roll out there with that same squad. How are the roles going to change? What are they going to look like next time out?
All right, so from the first part of the question, I think my previous experience with Call of Duty and games like this, they've definitely played an influential.
I was talking about Fortnite.
Well, Fortnite doesn't have much to do with this. Different mechanics, different mechanisms. You know, I'm playing a different ball game here. It's like asking a football player, how does football relate to basketball? But you know, there is one thing. It's always about.
I
the
love
team.
that anagram.
It's always about the team. It's always about the team and the chemistry and the bonds that you have with everyone. Going forward, I think we'll stick with it. I think the roles will stay the same. I think we just need to take a weekend off, readjust, rethink our decisions, and we'll go right back into it on Monday night.
All right, man. Thanks.
And I love how Ryan Drone and Shane Riley are right next to each other. Shane Riley, this is Stephen McNichols of Fox Sports.
How you doing, Steve?
Steven. Asshole.
How you doing, Steve?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. After a defeating loss like that, looking at your guys in that room, when you get back to the locker room, Mr. Raffle Waffles is looking you dead in the eyes, dead stare. That European bastard. What do you get out of that? Are you more intimidated, or are you guys ready to go back to work? And second question, who's to blame for this?
Start with your first one. You know, we were calling Ralph in the locker room. He's just there for us, picking us up, supporting us. I mean, he knows our family, so he knows what we're going through with the probe situation. But yeah, we just try to lift each other up out there. I mean, we did annex Josh's locker to the back corner of the room after tonight, but that's going to stay the same until the Easter egg's done. It's that simple. I think it'll be some added motivation for the kid. Kept him away from the Slim Jims for a while. I think that should help us out a little bit. That was Ralph's idea. And second question, I'm sorry, can you repeat the second question?
Who's to blame?
Josh. Josh Keane,
Hey,
if you got confused.
This is Ricardo Suarez back here. Shane, I have a question from ESPN Deportes.
How you doing, Ricardo?
Doing good. So you say this is all blame on Josh. Okay, I see where you're coming from. But a young guy like that, why don't one of you older guys, you know, why not make an audible mid-game? Say, hey, I want the hacker. Why do you? I'm sure this young guy, he was hungry for it, and when you let him have the hacker, he wanted it. Why do you not go out there, take charge, and say, no, I'm gonna take the hacker. You sit back and watch. Watch me do it. I'm the pro here.
Ricardo, man, heat of the game, emotions are high. This kid, he's got a lot of flair, a lot of intensity to him, and he wanted it. He wanted the ball. And we gave it to him. It could be a mistake looking back on our end, but I mean, he wanted it, we gave it to him, and it's the end of the story. Can't go back and fix it now. Hindsight's 20/20.
Ryan Jerome. This is Humbo Hippie Seed.
What's up, Hundo?
Humbo Hippie Seed of MLB Network. Where do you guys go from here? Are you guys stuck on the moon? Do you guys have to go back to Earth? Like, are you guys stuck here for
No.
the weekend? Like,
I mean, I think we're gonna have to discuss that at our next team meeting, which is Monday afternoon when we all come back for the week from the weekend. I think we'll either go back to the moon, or who knows, we might get a little
Alright.
evil and face some shadows.
I like that. I like that. Shane Riley. This is Zooey Bobo Whistle.
How you doing, Mr. Bobo Whistle?
I'm good. When you go back into the locker room, what are you saying to the team?
I'm more of a lead by example guy, so. And there's not much I led by tonight after falling off the map. I could have sworn there was a barrier there, but there wasn't. You know what? I put my head down. I soak in the loss. Gonna watch film, and Monday afternoon comes around. I'll have a list of things to talk about. I'll have film points to look at, and just picking up the guys, man. That's the biggest part right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
It's the biggest thing for me.
Josh Keen. This is Shoeroyd B-Fish. From.
How you doing, Mr. B-Fish?
Good.
Where are you from again?
Zimbabwe.
Ah, that's right. Yeah, I have family out there. All right,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I mean, the city is mad at you. You know the university's mad at you. Everyone's mad at you right now. I mean, you go back into that locker room. You watch film. Are you going on vacation this weekend?
You know what? I did have vacation planned, but this is a big wake-up call for me. It just made me realize, you can't just walk through, these last 6 months of training for something like this. I admit I could have gave it my all out there, but I didn't. When the game came around, I did give it my all. But these last couple months, man, looking back, I could have went harder, and I'll never make that mistake again. And I hope these guys still have some trust in me, and I just want to get back out there and show them what I can really do.
Yeah. Shane Riley. This is Penelope Giggle Goose.
Hello, Penelope. How you doing?
I'm good. It could be better. Do you agree with Ryan Druin that you're gonna go to other zombies maps and take on other challenges like shadows or jungle demons in the jungle of Shangri-La?
I think right now our focus is far past Earth. We're working on the bigger and better things like the moon. And I'm not going to go to those maps. There's no zero gravity involved. And I think that's my biggest key right now is just zero gravity, working on my balance. And box spinning is another thing, Those box spins are big. You gotta have those in the beginning of the game. I think giving a guy like Drew and the wave guns wasn't the best idea. I'll come back and giving him Richtofen wasn't the best idea.
Hey, this is Dick Swanson, Shane. I have a question.
I'd like to step in here
Dick
and
Swanson
interrupt
over
Shane
here.
because I didn't even get
I'm
a
raising
chance
my
to
hand,
use
Dick
either
Swanson.
of those things, you fucking melonhead.
Dick Swanson over here, Shane. I have a question.
How you doing, Mr. Swanson?
Good, man. Good. So when you go back and look at some of the stat sheets from tonight, I mean, obviously the big hiccup on when you guys went to Moon, but let's take a step back. Let's look at your
Josh is to say I had 0 downs.
let's look at your Ascension gameplay. Who would you say was the key player in that, and what was your thoughts on getting that done on the first try? There was a couple hiccups, but you guys stayed with it and you got it done. What was that like for you?
Ascension? We're talking about Ascension? We're talking about Ascension?
Yeah.
Dude, get it.
Nah, I'm talking about Moon. I'm not talking about Ascension.
Hey, Ryan Druin. This is Hank Doodle Dust.
What up, Hank?
This is Hank Doodle Dust of FS1.
What's up, Hank?
Looking at Josh Keen's performance, his first game out. What changed from Ascension to Moon? What could he have done differently?
I mean, to be honest, probably let the fucking excavator do its job and at least drill a tiny dent into the fucking tunnel, but Other than that, I mean, we asked Josh for a bigger role in this map, but all we need, it just took one try. You know, it's a learning experience. That's all you gotta look at it
Wait,
as.
Mac race, right here, right here, right here.
What's your name?
Joe Smith.
What's up, Joe? How you doing?
Yeah. So, I mean, people are looking at the game now. Everyone's saying the lights are too bright for Josh. This and that. He's not ready for the moment. Um, do you think the lights were too big, and will he be inserted back into that role next game?
Uh, that's more of a question to ask him, but from looking at it
Or
from
well,
my
no, I'm sorry. What is
perspective,
Roth didn't show up for his presser today? So, what do you think? Do you think Roth will put him back in that position, or put him more of
I
a
mean,
backseat kind of guy?
Roth, he has trust in us, man. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Roth. Like, I love Roth. He's a man. I think Josh will be fine. Ascension, it's a little bit of a walk. It's like playing the Colorado Rockies. It's you get in, you get out. It's very simple. And then you go to Moon. It's kind of like you're playing the Dodgers. So I feel like Josh wasn't ready for the step up, and that's completely okay. We're not all perfect, and I have full confidence in our guys. Genuinely, I've never had more confidence in a group of guys in my life. Josh Keen, this is Tina Tushyface.
Hello, Mrs. Tushy Face.
Hearing all the slander against your name, what are you gonna do to be better at your job?
Um,
And are you gonna clip all this and put it on your YouTube?
for the first question, um, I think it's just more of, working hard. You can't let this bother you. You got to play by the 24-hour rule. The next 24 hours, you could think about this. Think about what you could different. But 24 hours from now, it's a new day. It's time to put that in the past. It's going to be tough to put in the past, but it's something you're going to have to do. You got to learn to do it at some point. I'm just going to put my head down, keep working, and show these guys that I belong. And I'm going to step up when they need me.
Okay.
All right, no more questions. No more questions. No more questions.